The night sky has always been a canvas of secrets, a vast tapestry of stars and shadows that whispers of mysteries we've barely begun to unravel. But what if the most powerful telescope ever built, the James Webb Space Telescope, has just torn through that canvas, revealing something we were never meant to see? What if the very fabric of our reality, time, space, the origin of everything we know, is unraveling under the weight of what it found? Imagine a single image, a faint yellow glow in the depths of the cosmos that could shatter everything we've ever believed about the universe. A Nobel Prize winning physicist, staring at this new data, broke his silence with a message that sent chills through the scientific center world. This is not our universe. Those words linger like a ghost, haunting every researcher who dares to peer into the telescope's findings. What did James Webb see at the edge of everything? Why are astronomers whispering that this discovery could rewrite the rules of existence itself? This is a story of awe, terror, and the unshakable feeling that we've stumbled upon something far bigger than us, a truth that might not belong to us at all. It begins with a single, unassuming splotch of light captured in a corner of the sky where the universe's oldest secrets hide. Astronomers, hunched over their screens, expected to see the familiar, a young galaxy perhaps, born in the chaotic aftermath of the Big Bang, some 13.8 billion years ago. But when they zoomed in, their breath caught. This wasn't just another galaxy. It was the most distant one ever seen, a glowing relic formed just 290 million years after the universe's supposed birth. Its name, GNZ11, sounds clinical, but its existence is anything but. This galaxy is too massive, too bright, too impossibly advanced to exist so early in cosmic history. According to everything we know, the universe was a toddler back then, a swirling soup of gas and dust with barely enough time or material to form stars, let alone sprawling galaxies. Yet here it was, shining with a confidence that defied every model, every equation, every rule. And it wasn't alone. The James Webb Telescope, with its golden mirror drinking in the light of eternity, found dozens more like it, cosmic giants that shouldn't exist, each one a silent scream against the story we've told ourselves about the universe's beginning. The weight of this discovery settled like a fog over the scientific community. Researchers began to dig deeper, chasing the faint glow of these impossible galaxies. What they found wasn't just puzzling, it was unnerving. Some of these ancient objects weren't just massive, they were alien in ways that made no sense. In a normal galaxy, only about 1 in 10 bits of gas transforms into stars, leaving clouds of dust and gas swirling in the spaces between. But Webb uncovered at least 3 galaxies that had turned every scrap of their matter into blazing starlight. No gas, no dust, just pure, unrelenting stars, burning with an intensity that mocked our understanding. This wasn't just unusual. It was impossible. Our models of galaxy formation, painstakingly built over decades, crumbled under the glare of these strange, perfect systems. Scientists began to whisper a question that felt more like a confession. What if these aren't galaxies at all? What if we're staring at something else, something that doesn't belong to our universe? A structure from another dimension, perhaps? Or a remnant of a cosmos that existed before ours? The idea was madness, but the data was relentless. Each new image from Webb seemed to pull us closer to a truth we weren't ready to face. The deeper they looked, the stranger it got. Beyond the galaxies, Webb's instruments caught something else, a faint, rhythmic pulse in the background noise of the universe. It wasn't a star's heartbeat or the echo of a black hole. It wasn't the cosmic microwave background, the faint hum left over from the Big Big Bang. It was something else entirely, a frequency that repeated at precise intervals, like a metronome ticking in the void. Astrophysicists, usually so measured in their words, began calling it the the heartbeat beyond time. Others, more cautious, suggested it might be the signature of exotic matter, something that could only exist beyond the boundaries of our reality. But what chilled them most was the pattern. This wasn't random noise. It followed a mathematical rhythm, as if something or someone had woven it into the fabric of the cosmos, waiting for us to find it. The thought hung heavy in the air. What if this signal wasn't just a discovery, but a message? And if it was, who or what was on the other end? The universe has always felt like a puzzle. Each star and galaxy a piece we thought we could fit into a grand cosmic picture. But the James Webb Space Telescope, with its unblinking eye, has just turned that puzzle upside down, scattering pieces that don't belong to our board. The discoveries, the impossible galaxies, the heartbeat beyond time, weren't just anomalies. They were cracks in the foundation of everything we thought we knew. As scientists grappled with these strange findings, they began to question the very boundaries of our reality. The telescope wasn't just showing us the past. It was pulling us toward the edge of something vast, something that felt alive, watching us as much as we were watching it. The deeper we peered, the more it seemed the universe wasn't just a place. It was a story, and we might not be its authors. What if the light reaching us from beyond the cosmic horizon wasn't just a glimpse of the early universe, but a shadow of something older, something that doesn't obey our rules? To understand the weight of this, we need to step into the strange dance of the cosmos itself. Picture the universe as a balloon, stretching outward, carrying galaxies farther apart with every passing moment. The farther something is from us, the faster it races away, pulled by the expansion of space itself. At a certain point, called the Hubble sphere, objects move so fast they cross a line, traveling faster than light itself. Not because they're breaking any laws, but because space is growing, stretching the distance between us like a rubber band pulled to its limit. Common sense says we shouldn't see these objects. Their light should be lost to us forever, racing away too fast to ever reach our telescopes. Yet, impossibly, the James Webb Telescope is catching their glow. Light from these forbidden zones, places beyond the edge of what we call the observable universe, is somehow finding its way to us. It's as if the universe is bending its own rules, whispering secrets from a place we were never meant to touch. Each photon that reaches Webb's mirror feels like a trespasser, carrying a message from a realm we can't comprehend. This wasn't just a scientific curiosity, it was a crisis. The telescope's data began to pile up, each new image and signal chipping away at the pillars of cosmology. Some researchers dared to ask the unthinkable: what if the universe never had a beginning? The Big Bang, that singular moment when time and space supposedly burst into being, has been the cornerstone of our understanding for decades. But these galaxies, too massive and too formed for their age, were like fossils from a time that shouldn't exist. They didn't fit the timeline. Nobel laureates, once steadfast in their theories, began to waver. If galaxies could form faster than physics allows, if light could cross impossible distances, then maybe the Big Bang wasn't the start of everything. Maybe it was just a chapter in a much older story. Some began to wonder if what we call the early universe isn't early at all, but a fracture, a place where our reality brushes against something else, something ancient, bleeding through the seams of space and time. Then came the gravitational anomalies, discoveries that turned unease into dread. Webb's instruments started detecting massive distortions in space-time, places where gravity bent light and warped the fabric of the cosmos in ways that didn't make sense. These weren't tied to visible matter. No stars, no galaxies, no black holes could explain them. It wasn't just dark matter. That mysterious substance we've long known bends gravity without shining. This was something else, something heavier, pressing down on the universe like invisible fingerprints. Researchers called them phantom mass fields, regions of gravity with no source we could see. It was as if something massive, something beyond our universe, was casting a shadow into ours. The idea felt like science fiction, but the data was real. Some theorists, their voices hushed as if speaking too loudly might wake something, began to suggest we were seeing the edges of another universe colliding with our own. A place where the rules of physics might not just differ, but run in reverse, where time itself could flow backward, pulling us into a dance with a shadow reality we can't yet grasp. The James Webb Space Telescope was meant to be a window into the past, a way to glimpse the universe's first stuttering steps. Instead, it's become a mirror reflecting something far stranger, a reality that doesn't fit, a cosmos that feels like it's watching us back. The impossible galaxies, the heartbeat beyond time, the phantom masses pressing against our universe. They're not just data points, they're whispers of a truth we're only beginning to grasp, a story that stretches beyond the edges of our understanding. As scientists sifted through Webb's findings, they stumbled into a territory where certainty dissolved, replaced by questions that felt more like dreams. What if our universe is just one thread in a tapestry so vast it defies comprehension? What if the light we're seeing, the signals we're hearing, are echoes of a reality that's been here long before us and will outlast us? The telescope's discoveries have pushed us to the brink, forcing us to confront the possibility that we're not just alone in the cosmos, but entangled with something far older, far stranger than we ever dared imagine. Among the telescope's most haunting discoveries was a light signature from the farthest reaches of the observable universe. Astronomers expected it to behave like all distant light does, fading into the void, lost forever as space expands. But this light did something impossible. It came back, not from the same direction, not from the same moment, but with the same spectral fingerprint, as if it had struck something in return, like a stone skipped across a cosmic lake. They called it a cosmic echo, and it sent shivers through the observatories. There were only two explanations, each more unsettling than the last. Either the light had looped around the universe itself, suggesting space is finite, curling back on itself like a closed loop, a thought that makes the cosmos feel like a cage, or it had hit something else, something massive, something that shouldn't be there, something capable of reflecting light across impossible distances. The idea hung in the air like a held breath. What could be out there, at the very edge, waiting to send our own light back to us? Then there was the mirrored universe, a theory once relegated to the fringes of science, but now clawing its way into the mainstream. Webb's data showed patterns in distant galaxies, particle behaviors, rotational quirks, that didn't align with our physics. They suggested asymmetry, as if two cosmic systems were overlapping, one pulling forward while the other tugged backward. Some researchers began to wonder if we were seeing a shadow reality, a universe where time flows in reverse, where the laws of physics run counter to ours. It wasn't just a thought experiment anymore. The telescope's images gave it weight. Galaxies spinning in ways they shouldn't, light bending in defiance of our rules. It was as if our universe was brushing against its opposite, a mirror image where every moment we live is undone in reverse. The thought was dizzying, intoxicating, terrifying. If this mirror universe exists, are we connected to it? Are we its reflection, or is it ours? And if we're entangled, what happens when two realities collide? In the end, the James Webb Telescope hasn't just shown us stars or galaxies, it's shown us the limits of our own story. Each discovery chips away at the illusion that we understand our place in the cosmos. The impossible galaxies, the rhythmic pulse, the phantom masses, the cosmic echo, they're pieces of a puzzle that doesn't fit our picture of reality. A Nobel Prize-winning physicist warned that this might not be our universe, and maybe that's the truth we've been running from. We built a telescope to look backward, to find the beginning, but instead, it's pulling us towards something ancient, indifferent, and alive in ways we can't comprehend. It's as if the universe itself blinked, and in that moment, saw us. The real question now isn't whether we're alone, but whether we're in the right cosmos at all. As we stand on this precipice, staring into the void, one thing is clear: the James Webb Telescope hasn't just changed astronomy, it's changed us. It's forced us to ask who we are, where we are, and what lies just beyond the edge, waiting to be found.